hello wine drinking people. Today is Wednesday, and ready to take down a bunch of South African wines today, May 6th, and we've got a lot of great stuff in the store. Vintage wines from all over the world, but let me tell you, the greatest value, I think, is from the Piedmont today. When you look at small producers, all estate bottled, like Pelissero here, which has been around since the 60s, in Barbaresco, these guys produce about 20,000 cases total of all the wines they produce, mostly in the Nebbiolo, the Barbera, and the Dolcetto, which we don't even carry the Dolcetto, though those of you that are watching this show know how I feel about Dolcetto, and only because I love Barbera so much, and it's the same price, essentially. I just trade up every time to Barbera, which these guys make some outstanding entry-level wines in the $20 price range. Just amazing to me that you can find such small artisan handcrafted wines for 20 bucks. Like the Piani Barbera, which 2012, getting accolades just like the last few vintages have. Really, you can only count 02 and 03 as being off in the Piedmont. In 2014, they had a little bit of an issue with. But 11 looks to be almost as good as 2010. It has a lovely forward fruit, and it has that structure that 10 does. A combination of both of those things are really another great vintage, I think. And the 2011 Barbera's just outstanding. 2010, also a very good vintage for Barbera, but 9, I think, spectacular, probably the best between 9 and 10 and 11 that I've had. But we got a little bit of that left, and then, of course, the big boys, the Barbarescos. And hey, we've got a little bit of their Langhe Nebbiolo also. And to me, Langhe Nebbiolo and Nebbiolo de Alba, two great entry levels to the wines based out of Nebbiolo, like Barbaresco and Barolo. Barbaresco, a lot of people consider it a little easier to drink. Well, it's more influenced by the river, and that body of water leads to a little more warmer climate, and the wines are harvested a couple of weeks earlier than Barolo. That may have something to do with how Barbarescos usually are a little more forward and drinkable, but these guys make one of the greatest values in Barbaresco, the Nubiola, which this wine for under $40 a bottle is just amazing. 94 points again from Antonio Galoni. And then we've got some 2010 Nubiola and Magnums. The 10 750s are long gone. And then we've got a bunch of their more limited wines, like the Tulin and the Vanuatu. And then some older vintage stuff, 1999 Annata. Like I said, to me, what a great value. For 75 bucks, you can get a wine that's almost ready to drink. We just did a vintage Piedmont tasting, Barolo versus Barbaresco, with the Hollywood Wine Society, with wines all the way back to 1982, including legendary vintages like 89 and 90. Some members of the group felt that these wines were still not ready to drink. So, hey, we've got some 96 Veneto here. We've got some 01. We've got some 04, some outstanding vintages, and a Super Piemontese wine, the Langhe now, which is a blend of Barbera and Nebbiolo, which is absolutely spectacular. So check it out. Everything that we've got in the store, one of my favorite producers in Barbaresco, Pelissero. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.